Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Yesterday, the Knights of Ren provided a couple more spoilers for Way of the Force. There'll be a link in the description below where you can check them out. Just gonna jump in here to the spoilers. So, gonna give my thoughts on them, break them down. First up, we have Firmius Piett, so Admiral Piett. Um, Ambitious Admiral, 9 health, 9 or 12 points, depending on if you want to run a single die or run him at Elite. 2 indirect damage, focus, shield, resource, and blank. So the leader character. So that subtype, if there are cards that trigger off of leaders being in play, he'll trigger off of that. After you activate this character, turn any number of your vehicle and non-unique character dice to sides, showing a value of 1. So pretty interesting right here. So like, let's say you pair him up with some First Order Stormtroopers. You can, let's say, you need to roll them in first. So you roll them in, and they're very likely to roll blanks because they have 2 of them. You then roll in Admiral Piett, and you're then able to change those First Order Stormtrooper dice to either be the 1 range damage side or its resource side. Same thing goes for vehicles. So I really like that. Basically, this will, if you're playing with like let's say a single die Piett, you can do single die Piett, and I think 3 First Order Stormtroopers to get 30 points. Let's say you roll the Stormtroopers in, and they don't roll so well. You roll in Piett, you can then focus all 3 of those Stormtroopers, providing that they're all in the pool at the same time, to side showing a 1, which would be either range damage or resource. I like that you can kind of get what you need if you throw in a lot of utility, non-unique characters that have maybe resource shields, resources or shields, or even damage. You can then focus them all into what you might need at that exact time. If you need resources, you focus them to resources or flip them to resources. If you need damage, you can basically just threaten damage on the board, and your opponent then will have to either take that damage or find a way to mitigate it. You can do it with shields if you need health. Again, he's 9-12, so we have that 1-to-1 ratio on health to point cost. I think Piett could be interesting. I don't know if he would be worth running at Elite, even though if you run him at Elite, you do have those 2 indirect damage sides. So he can even pair up with with the Veteran Stormtrooper, which also has indirect damage. Caveat with indirect is that your opponents get to choose where it goes, and they can throw it on characters that they don't really care if they die, or throw it on to stuff like Bubble Shield and things like that. I think Piett could be interesting. I do kind of want to build a deck with just a single one of him and like 3 stormtroopers and just see how that does. You throw in squad tactics, you roll in all the troopers, then roll in Piett, and flip all those dice. So that could be pretty cool. So that is Firmus Piett. We're going to move into our next card. And next up, we have the Mandalorian Super Commando. Yellow villain, 9 health, 9 points. So again, we get that 1-to-1 ratio. They seem to really be focusing that a lot with Way of the Force, which I think is I really think it's a good metric to go on to see like how good a die could be or how good a character might be. I do like that you get that character for its health is equal to its cost. So it's also a trooper subtype. 1 range damage, 2 range damage, melee damage, shield, blank. Power action. Play an equipment or weapon from your hand on this character, then deal 1 damage to a character. So I like that if you have this character out and you haven't rolled it in yet, you can use its power action. You get to play the equipment or weapon on it. You then get 1 damage, pretty much guaranteed. It can still be blocked by something like shields, but it's at least damage that your opponent can't prevent through like mitigation, like removing dice and things like that, or exhausting a support to take damage or something like that along those lines. So you play that weapon on it, and then you probably want to do that before you roll the character in. So use a power action, play that weapon or equipment. Later in the round, roll it in, and potentially roll more damage than you would have with just the character. So the character has 3 damage sides, so you may hit one of those. You have the 50% chance of rolling damage with just a character die with 3 damage sides. And then if you have a weapon on it with even more damage on it, you may get one of those damage sides as well. So really like that they're doing these non-uniques that have power actions. So this could be a particularly strong one where if your opponent has 1 health left, it might be worthwhile just to do the power action, um, play an equipment on it, play a weapon on it, override if possible, just to do that 1 damage and potentially defeat a character or maybe win the game. Because I do like that if you play a weapon on it before you roll out, you have a bigger potential of rolling out even more damage. I imagine also if you play an ambush weapon on there, you get the benefit of the power action to do the 1 damage, and then you get to also potentially roll out with, like, if you put like an X8 night sniper on this guy, and then do the 1 damage from the power action, then roll in, um, and then have that damage just sitting there, which your opponent will then have to either take or maybe mitigate. Or if you have a way to roll it in and resolve it. You could do quick draw on this guy, but quick draw you won't be able to use the power action if you do like something like quick draw. But quick draw could be pretty good on this guy too. So quick draw, play a gun on him, roll him in, resolve it. So that is the Mandalorian Super Commando. That's the final card that was spoiled today from Knights of Ren. There'll be a link again in the description to check them out. That's going to do it again for this video. We'll be doing more and more spoiler videos leading all the way up to release of Way of the Force in the beginning of July. So July 5th is the release date. I'll probably be picking up a box or two and doing an unboxing like I normally do once the set comes out. And until then, we'll be doing more and more spoiler videos. So hopefully within the next couple days, we'll get maybe another Fantasy Flight article and then some more spoilers from the content creators in the Star Wars Destiny community. So again, that's going to do it for now. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be back again with more videos in the future. I want to thank you again for watching, and take care.